I'll be using this because I'm hoping it's a little thicker and it's sandable. It claims to fill deep scratches, so I'm hoping this will do a good cover. I believe I'm at that point now where I'm tired of mixing up Bondo. So I'm gonna just get some lays and spot lays. So tap these plastic spots. They keep me from having to do a lot of mixing and heavy sanding. We'll finish that up and let it dry. Okay, I believe I have most of the divots, the little spots filled in. And like I said, that was much more easier and controllable than having to use the mix the Bondo and all of this and that. Underneath here, I'm not too really worried about the bottom part. So I'm hoping I'm gonna give that time to dry, and then I'll come back over with a light sand and we'll give it another spray, see how it turns out. Sorry about that, folks, but I sanded down with a 180 grit, and I have popped a coat of that prime on it. I'm gonna let this sit and dry, and I'm gonna try to go on and at least get it primed up. This time around I'm using the Wizdom 2X Ultra Cover primer. And then on top of that, once I get this here, I got 2 cans of this and 1 can of that. And once I get a good coating, good finished smooth layer with this first coat, I hope to come back to the second coat, get it finished off up to like at least 220 sandpaper. With this 220, I'm hoping I can go from 180 to 220. Or from this, I think the next sandpaper I have will be 1200. Be my final sanding. Now I'm gonna give this a few hours to dry. Here's something in there, but like I said, I'll be coming back with, I think it's looking pretty good. Most of my holes are filled. I will do another, like I said, I'm gonna go to 220 after this, do another spray, and then from there it will be the filler and 1200. Most of the little scratches are filling in at this point. On here, this corner, as you see, I'm not really worried about it. I have some of the little holes, but it's going to be at the bottom, and as you look from the top, you can't see those, so I'm not going to worry about that as much. Most of my deep scratches have been filled in. You know, little rough spots there, but I'm not going to cry. But that main seam, I think it's coming along really well. That looks like one piece, so that's my main issue, that main seam where the cut was. And I think it's looking pretty good. Instead of rushing it, I'm gonna just let this sit and dry for a while. I think it's coming along pretty good so far, so more and more my motto, leave well enough alone. And we'll get back to it. Like I said, on the bottom part like this, the underneath, I'm not worried about, because see, on the top, you don't see it. But I am ready to put the wraps on this because I want to get to that. Okay, at this point, I'm up as far as I've just wiped her down with some alcohol to hopefully get any grease spots off of it. But I have sprayed it. We're up to the point to where I put a nice coat of prime on and just sand it down with 220 grit sandpaper. Now I'm gonna spray the next coat of prime on, and hopefully that's the next solid base coat, which I give a 1200 sand, and then final coat and perhaps another 1200 sand, and then we'll prime. It'll be ready for paint. That's what it's looking like so far. Okay, for this, I'll be using this coat of prime. I'll be using this filler prime. Hopefully, this will be the last coat for the gray. And like I said, I put some 1200 sand on this. And then after this, once it's dry, I'll put some 1200 sand on it and start coating with the white primer. this 1200 grit sandpaper to finish smoothing it out, get ready for the next coating of primer. Doing this just to smooth it out some, get rid of some of like what we'll call I imagine orange peel or whatever. I feel some rough spots in the primer, so I'm gonna knock those down and then come back with a light coat, and then come back with the white. Go ahead and take care of this. Okay, I have it sanded down with 1200. Now I'm taking use a little cleaner, just pretty much alcohol, wipe it down, make sure I get any oil, any greases off. But as far as with it now, when you move it across, before it had that like little rough texture sound. Now it's all pretty smooth. And like I said, I'm gonna put the little alcohol rub, and then we'll be ready for the white primer. Not only will this help to grease it in, but this will also remove that layer of sand dust. I'm not washing it down. Just get a good wipe with this to remove that as well. Perhaps you can see it a bit, but I think it's good enough for amateur work.